You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, today, super excited about hanging here today with my brother, Adam Fullerton, Branded Bull. What's going on, brother?
How's it going?
Doing good. Holy cow. What the heck was that upstairs?
Something's going on.
Dude, something is moving upstairs. Okay, well, the more we know. We are actually we are recording a podcast episode here today, talking about all things marketing, branding, which is what Adam's background is with Branded Bull. We've got some really exciting announcements we want to share with you guys, but before we do, we're actually recording in the basement of my house, which is, I think, the first time we've actually recorded in my house. We are not moved in yet by any means. There's way rough construction. There's painters here, trim guys here, tile guys here, but the basement's pretty much, about 90% completed. And I would love to do podcasting in the camper, which is where most of the shows happen, but the kids are sleeping. We could record in the pole barn, but it's a very warm and humid day, and the barn is not air conditioned. It gets sticky in there. You know, it's still only like 64 degrees, but it's a humid 64 degrees, and I sweat, so I'm not going to do that. And so I was like, hey, I need an air conditioned environment downstairs in my basement. Let's go tuck in a room and bang out a podcast episode. And I was like, bet. So anyway.
It looks nice down here. I mean, you're missing, furniture. We're sitting on the floor right now. Don't tell anybody, but it might
be like this for a little while. You know what I'm saying? We threw everything at the house. We might be house poor for about 3 to 6 months. You know what I'm saying? But Liz and I, our first couple years with our first apartment, we didn't have a couch. We had a bed on the floor. We had a couch on the floor. We had no couch. I don't even know if we had a dining table. I think we borrowed her grandma's dining table or gifted it to us, that whole deal. But the idea here, by the way, is minimal. We do not want to buy a bunch of crap. I'm so tired of crap. I'm so tired of material things. I don't want any. If my needs are met, I'm happy. I just care if there's like a couch down here, a coffee table, literally that could do it. I mean, I do not need a bunch of stuff. So I don't think it's going to look much different than what you see right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's a pretty big basement. You got to fill it in with something. So
a tenant? You guys want to rent the basement out?
That's a whole nother story for another podcast. But yeah.
Adam and his wife, Sarah, my sister-in-law, they're going through the home buying and shopping process. How's that going?
Well, we've been looking around and we found a house that we really like, and it's a walking distance to downtown Milford, where we really want to, plant our seeds, so to speak, and grow and have the family there. But someone came in and cash offered over us, and so we're back to the drawing board. And like I said, that's a whole podcast for another episode. But now we're, hey guys, your rent's going up 20% in a month as well. So now we're between a rock and a hard place, trying to figure out what we do next. So the joys of life is always fun.
Well, and not only that, it's the cash offer, the 20% over asking offer, and then rent's going up, so you're getting squeezed on both ends.
Yeah,
everybody's dealing with this stuff. We were dealing with this. Our rent before we broke ground in the home was going to go up in rent. Rates were going up, and we're like, dude, we need to figure this out. And it's just, dude, talk about getting squeezed in the middle. Like every dollar counts, every move you can to grow your business, grow your life. It matters right now. And I don't know if you guys can relate, but not to be doom and gloom, but dude, it's just crazy what the just to go out to eat or what groceries cost. It's $300 to fill up, 3 shopping bags. And, not to get into it, but it's like, dude, you have to make more money. You have to get out front. You have to grow your business. Frankly, sometimes there's a little less business out there, or you have to go turn over a rock to go find it, which is, I guess, a good segue and lead way into what you guys are offering with Branded Bull. We do have some really cool announcements here. So make sure you guys stick, all the way through this episode. I don't know how long we'll go, but long story short, Adam and I have actually been recording some content that we'll get into. And so that was why Adam was over here. And also a couple of days ago, we did some more content. So very exciting things to come down the pike. Some announcements here that we'll drop at the end of the show. So make sure you guys listen all the way through. But before we go too far down the rabbit hole, I always like to, I don't care if somebody's been on the show, Adam, 1 time or 20 times. Let's start with the highlight. Give me the 2 minutes. Who are you? What's your background? What's Branded Bull? I know a lot of people are regular listeners of the show have probably heard, your background before, but forgive me if you guys have and you guys are regular regular listeners, but for new people that don't know, what's Branded Bull? What is a Branded Bull?
That's great. You know, we, in a nutshell, we're a full service marketing and branding agency. And it's funny, every time we get together, answer this question and kind of what we do, and it's growing and we're adding more services and we're just finding more opportunity with your listeners and many other people in different industries, providing different types of service, work. And ultimately, we're here to help people's businesses stand out from the competition and grow. So for us, it's about professional branding. It's about having, a beautiful website, beautiful graphic designs, beautiful, vehicle wraps. If you guys need help with, search engine marketing, you guys need help with SEO for your website. If you guys need, digital advertising help with, PPC and Google and Facebook, all those different services. So it's kind of that one-stop shop where if you need help growing the damn business, come to us. We're going to give you some advice, give you some recommendations, and figure out how we can put together a plan to help drive more revenue, drive more clients, and drive more visibility at the end of the day.
So you guys are full package, marketing, branding, websites, SEO, everything
Correct.
You just said, like the full package, not just, hey, we can build your website, which is fine. One thing I really love is, by the way, is my shirt got a white strip on the back now or no? Because I'm leaning against the wall and I was like, that could have been a wet wall from a fresh paint.
Nope, looks good to me.
Dude, it peeled off my back. Maybe the vinyl on my shirt here as I'm like peeling off. The vinyl's still on the shirt, quality shirt, but at the same point, I'm like, did I just lay against a wet paint wall? Like
freshly painted wall.
Yeah, where's the wet paint sign, bro? Because the guy is painting some of the rooms upstairs in the trim. So a little bit of everything. Squirrel over here, But you guys are doing everything, which is really, really cool. And again, if you guys, just to take it from the top, haven't heard Adam on the show previously, we've had some really, really good shows about marketing and branding, SEO and Google reviews, what makes a good website, tons of do's and don'ts. So if you scroll back through the maybe the last, 18 months, Adam's probably on once a quarter, once every 2 months, the last year and a half. And he's got some great stuff that he's shared. So if you guys are new in business and you're still learning best practices of mowing grass and running a company, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I got to do marketing and branding and colors and logos, and maybe you got started as Timmy's Lawn Service, but now you want to be known as TLS Landscaping, or Property Solutions because your company's evolving. You went from a 16-year-old kid to a 23-year-old adult, and Timmy's Lawn Care doesn't work for you anymore. I can relate. I've been there. I'm evaluating stuff like that all the time in my life, in my business. Adam's one of those guys that he's an integrator. They're like the connectors, right? Like they can help you go from where you're at to where you want to be. And so that's really the conversation here. And really, that starts with more conversations with you and Lauren, Adam. So talk to me a little bit about what's latest and greatest, what's relevant. I know you guys are always activating new websites. More people are always coming down the pike to sign up with you guys. Really, you guys have had a couple hundred people reach out, and you have your finger on the pulse probably as good or better than anybody I know.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you think about in anybody's business, right, is which services do you offer and how good can you make those services? So if you're cutting lawns, for example, or maybe you add like irrigation services, right, you can add more services to your business. But at some point, you can even work to perfect those services so you're more efficient or it's a better quality product. But at some point, you're going to find yourself in a position where you still want more customers. How do I grow the business? And that's where you need to attract more clients. And ultimately, that's what our goal is as a partner. We help get the name out there. We help find out where your customers are shopping or searching. And we still start optimizing your website, for example, or putting postcards out or whatever it might be to help you attract more clients. So there's many different levers ultimately in your business to help it grow, help it succeed. And once you figure out, what your services are, how to, increase the quality, but ultimately, again, it leads back to, okay, I've got that figured out. Now, what else do I do? That's where marketing comes into play. And we're here for you guys for sure. And yeah, we're having, it's great conversations almost every single day. There's a new person on the phone talking to us about a lawn care business or landscaping business, whether they've been in business for 6 months or 6 years. They're having many of the same questions like, hey, I'm trying to grow the business, trying to expand, trying to just get the name out there, running into a wall, trying to get more customers, don't know what I'm doing. Hey, I dropped $1,000 on Google Ads, didn't see a single thing. It's like, because you just don't know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, the shotgun approach. You're just trying a bunch of stuff. You don't know what you're doing. And when you see no results, you sit there and go, well, that was a waste of money. And don't do that, right? Reach out to us, talk to us. Let us be your partner that can show you and tell you and provide those recommendations to help your money work harder for you, especially in this day and age. So again, it's really cool. Just awesome conversations with people that are young, that are older, that have been in business for 6 days, like I said, or 6 years. And everybody's just trying to work harder, work smarter, and grow their businesses. And so the conversations are so fun. Truly, they're so much fun to have and just help with education, recommendations, and more.
Well, one thing that I love about that is it doesn't matter, like you said, if you've been doing this a day, a week, a month, a year, like we all have to polish some things up. And maybe this is some stuff that you can do now for sure. Maybe you got some bandwidth. For a lot of us, maybe this is stuff you do in the off season or the winter. Like that's fair too. Sometimes as we grow our businesses, like things, not necessarily like any fault of their own, they just deviate, from fonts or colors or messaging or, sometimes like Adam said, we're DIYing it. So what we're trying to do versus who we're trying to be, or what we're putting together versus what we're trying to convey. Sometimes there's a disconnect. And really, like, you have to bring in help. And that could be a videographer, a photographer, a branding agency. Maybe you're like, hey, it's real time, like real talk. It's July, August. Maybe the phone's not ringing as much because once you get over the spring rush and the 4th of July and really even graduation parties is the word I was looking for kids and teenagers, for residential, like nobody super cares about what the house exterior looks like when it's back to school season. Well, your phone might go from, 10 rings a day down to 2, and 1 and 2 leads is actually a quality lead. But you've got a landscape crew that's chopping through 3 landscape jobs a week. Well, obviously there's a disconnect. We need 12 jobs a month. We're selling 3 organically. Okay, we have to do something with that. Either A, we haven't done for the spring, or B, never done at all. And that's market. That's go offensive and do postcard marketing, website marketing, SEO, run ads. Like, this is a real part of the business. And frankly, I'm not super probably qualified to teach you guys on how to do everything with websites and SEO. Like I couldn't teach you how to run a Google ad or a Facebook ad. I'm not really that good. I do have a small Rolodex of people that I use to help me out with that stuff. One of those people would be Adam and Lauren for sure. So an offensive strategy, I think this time of year, Adam, it's a different conversation than some of the podcasts we've been on in the spring and through winter. Like, hey, we're getting ready to capture that big haul. Now it's like, hey, the faucet went from a steady stream to a drip. What do we do next?
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the topics that's always interesting is a lot of people come to us and they say, hey, we don't really do any marketing or advertising whatsoever. And like things have been going okay, right? But we still want to grow. And we're really just getting leads off of referral and word of mouth, which of course is amazing, but it's so reactionary. You're reactive to it. You're not, like you said, Brian, going off on the offense and trying to proactively go after the people that are looking for businesses like yours. And so, yeah, referrals is amazing and word of mouth is great. That's part of what you should be doing and getting those reviews and having people talk you up to their neighbors or, wherever they might be. But ultimately, you have to understand that is a reactionary game. You're not playing offense. And if you're trying to ensure that you have a steady stream of clients and growth in business, you have to go meet your customers where they are. And they're online, they're shopping around, everybody's connected to the internet, and they are constantly looking for companies like yours. And honestly, if they go to Google and you're not on there, for example, how do they know you exist? They're going to go to the next person. So that's the point ultimately is you want to grow the business. You want to get your visibility out there and get more leads, take control of your business ultimately and the leads and how you're strategizing to get the growth that you're after instead of just saying, oh, it'll come to me. And, again, that's great in the short term, but long term, that's not a solid strategy. It's not a long-term growth plan. Yeah,
I agree. Like if you're not having an outbound marketing strategy this time of year or dialing for dollars or postcards or a little bit of all the above, because your customers are all in different areas, what platforms that they spend time on or whether that postcard goes to the mailbox of a corporate site and it goes to the office manager or somebody, that's in charge of the ground. And then that gets to hey, we should call this guy, and then you get handed off to the facility manager. Like that stuff does work. It might not work to capture an Amazon fulfillment center, but it will capture a small, medium-sized business or site for sure with postcard marketing, especially down any tech drive, industrial drive, which we have a lot of that back here at home. So I love the idea of having an offensive marketing strategy, and like I said, that's many different parts. One thing I just want to do here. is the big announcement, the big exciting news. If there's other tips or some stuff that you want to share with these guys, Adam, go ahead before we jump into it. But we have had some great conversations on previous podcast episodes. I just love getting a pulse. One thing, if you want, before we jump into it, I always love sharing testimonies, because if you guys want to see what Branded Bull's portfolio is, go to their website, check out the work that they have done. I mean, I'm telling you guys, there's a couple people offering website and marketing stuff out there in the green industry. I don't have to put anybody down to put Adam up. I'm really, really grateful for that, because Adam and Lauren's passion and their aptitude and their, what would you guys call it? Like their professionalism of what they're building. It's second to none. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody else wants to promote. I don't care what anybody advertises. You do your due diligence. You go to this guy's website, this guy's website, this guy's website. You look at prices and quality and finished product, and you make your own quality decision. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. I will just tell you, go to my website, brianslm.com. Go to Dylan Stevenson's. Go to the Almonds. Go to dozens and dozens of other great people, folks you know, folks you don't know in the green industry. And Adam's fingerprints are all over those websites, Adam and Lauren together. But I always love sharing testimonies, because, hey, I drank the Kool-Aid. Who am I? I'm biased, but what are you guys working on? Who have you recently launched? I know you guys have launched a couple dozen websites in the last 90 days. So anyway, take it away.
This is your invitation to L'Entrepreneur Academy Live 2024 on November 2nd in Novi, Michigan. Prepare for a dynamic day filled with expert sessions on cash flow management, business automation, client retention, marketing strategies, and more. Our stellar lineup of speakers includes Sam Rankin, Pat Murray, Ken Deemer, Brian Fullerton, Sam Gemble, Mark Bradley, Jeff Joyner. Connect with industry peers, win fantastic giveaways, and elevate your business. Don't miss our Friday night mixer for some great networking and fun. Enhance your experience with our exclusive Sunday masterclass sessions on November 3rd, featuring Jeff Joyner, Mark Bradley, and Sam Gemble. These intensive 3-hour classes are limited to 20 seats each, offering you tailored advice from the pros. Secure your tickets for Saturday at $249 until September 17th. Then, the price jumps to $297. Visit l'entrepreneuracademy.com to register for Saturday and reserve your masterclass spot for Sunday. This is your opportunity to grow and network with the best in the industry.
Good question. It's funny. I'm on my phone. I was going to pull up a list of different people and rattle them off, but we have zero service down here in the basement.
Oh, I should get to the Wi-Fi. I do got I got internet installed.
I'm trying to send messages and
John's mowing, Amy's landscaping. Those sound fake, Adam. Those sound made up.
Where are those located? Don't worry about that part.
He's like, actually, Brian, we didn't launch any websites the last 60 days. That's why we're doing this.
Cut it off.
Cut it off. That's why we're doing this podcast. Things are a little light, man. That's so funny.
That's funny. We're approaching. Gosh, we could be over. I'd have to check, but 100 different websites, for example.
Wow.
And that doesn't include everything else that we're doing for people. So unfortunately, I don't have my list in front of me, but what I will say is I don't need to speak for our list. I'll let you guys go to our Google page, for example, which this is something that everybody should be doing, using their Google business profile and getting 5-star reviews. Go check ours out. There's not a single review other than a 5-star review. And I'll tell you this, this will hopefully resonate with your listeners, is we're not here to be perfect. We're just here to work hard and do what we promise. And that means there's always room for improvement. We don't get everything right the first try. Maybe we don't understand something the first try. Maybe we miscommunicate something the first try. But ultimately, through conversation, through communication, we're here to help you learn, again, provide those recommendations and provide a path forward. So
sure,
that's the point of a professional partner, is to be there, to be in your corner, to want to help you, and to ultimately say, hey, we're a wealth of knowledge, but all we can do is just sit here until you ask us these questions in order for you to understand what we're capable of doing and how we can help the business grow. So that's why I always like to say on these podcasts is reach out to us, send us a message on Instagram. We're happy to answer any question and provide recommendations and thoughts and opinions, second opinions, anything we can do to help people at the end of the day. But, business is great, but it's not where we want it to be. We want to continue just like everybody listening, we want to continue to grow, continue to help more people, provide more value. And, we've only scratched the surface in terms of the number of people we've helped. And we love every one of our customers and our partners thus far, but we know there's so many more people listening that we can help. So we don't go around comparing ourselves to others. What we do is say, look at our reviews, look at our website, go to our portfolio, see all the different sites we've launched, and you can go from there. And if you want to reach out to any of the companies and ask for their thoughts on us, I'm more than confident to say that they'll have our back as well. So that's what we're all about. It's just being people helping people. We're a small business, and the more people we can talk to and can reach and can just provide that information to, the better. That's what we're here for at the end of the day.
I love it. Well, let's do this real quick pivot, and then we'll button this thing up. We always lead with a value add on our podcast. I know people hear that, they say that. Maybe you've said it now to people too, and you're like, I just say what Fullerton says. Well, what's a value add? Well, we're not trying to get anything out of you. Like I'm not like, hey, you need to do this. You'll never hear me say that. What I say is, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's what I see working with other people. Here's what I suggest. And by the way, postcards work great in some markets. Other people are like, dude, I did a $2,000 campaign. I didn't even get like one lead. Okay, well then maybe postcards aren't for your market. You got a 65 plus community. Maybe they don't resonate in there. Or I tried Facebook ads and they got me all my business. Well, then you should double, triple down on Facebook ads, bro. Like figure out what works. But what we always try to do here is just be a value add. And I'm really excited about the news that Adam's going to be sharing with you guys. Again, this is just here to serve. It's here to add value. It's here to just teach, and you guys can invest into some education while you're already on the mower, while you're already driving from lawn to lawn or snow plow site to snow plow site. So I guess without a big drum roll or big applause, without further ado, Adam, what's the big secret sauce you're revealing?
Of course. Well, I appreciate the platform to be able to share this great news is that we're going to be launching our own podcast, and we're going to be giving out some different insights and tips and advice and recommendations every single week on our own podcast, the Branded Bull Podcast, which we're looking to launch here in the middle of July, maybe in a week or two at the latest, and hop on here again, have these types of conversations. A lot of more short format episodes where we kind of dive into maybe one or two topics at most, and just give you some professional insight on how to best utilize, this particular tool, or some things you might need to consider, like, what is SEO and how does it impact your search ranking on Google and things like that. So just value add, just information, just again, we can scream this at the top of our lungs in a basement, and that's great for us, but it doesn't help anybody. So for us to be able to have a platform to go out there and help people just with more content, more information, the better. And the last thing I'll say too is we're going to add to our website soon enough a one-page audit for websites and a one-page audit for logos for people to go and download free of charge, and they can look at that and see, is my website working the way I need it to? Does it look the way I need it to? Does it meet all these requirements and, check all these boxes? Same thing for the logo, just free guides, free services, free tools and resources for you guys. And then we're also going to launch a new newsletter for email that we're going to send out probably about once every month. Maybe we'll up it up to once a week when we get there. But again, more information, more free resources, more information for everybody out there listening who wants to figure out how to best leverage marketing and branding practices that help the business grow.
And I'm really pumped about that. It's something that I was encouraging you to do. I said, hey, whether it gets 10 downloads or 2,000 downloads, nobody cares. It's just whoever does listen to it, you'll be blessed by it. Bring up the notepad if you have the top topics that we have recorded and batched out some of these shows.
Yeah, let me do that with the no service I have. I think I can get access to it though.
Is it on notepads or you got Google Docs?
No, this is
who knows?
The ones that we've recorded.
We have recorded. Yeah, we batched out 4 or 5. So the idea, I encouraged Adam. I said, just do a 2-minute, 5-minute, value add podcast. Drop it once a week on Tuesdays, a little 2-minute tip Tuesday, which you guys all know turns into 5 minutes and 8 minutes. But we're working on it. But I said the reason I say this is because there's always FAQs, and I always have questions. I'm still learning. I do not pretend to have this all figured out. Being on social media is not the same as marketing and advertising and websites and Google listings and ad placements. There's a whole nother world of that I would love to learn more about. So I said, we have access to the hardware, the podcast stuff, and shout out to Mr. Producer who's helping us quarterback that show. Go figure. So it'll be a fun listen to. So while you guys are done listening to our show, maybe on Tuesdays, get notified every time Brandon Bull drops a podcast. But I think we're dropping a pilot episode, just a little bit more about your guys' background. And we went through the origin story of you and Lauren and how this whole thing came to be, which is a really fun, I always love how businesses get started. That's a fun 20, 30-minute show. And then I think you're launching with 3 or 4 like 2-minute Tuesdays. So you guys can get a taste about what they're going to be dropping every week Tuesday here on out. So, and again, the whole macro here is just add value, try to help out. Adam and Lauren came up with a logo audit guide, a website audit guide. That's to just, again, help with FAQs. And I'm sure you guys deal with the same 20, 30 questions on a DM or email,
And those 2 guides were just the child of the repetitive conversations, in a good way repetitive, where people come to us, it's like, yeah, I've got my logo, I made it on Canva. And you look at it, you're like, okay, hey, you started somewhere, but you have these visions of becoming a larger, landscaping company, for example. We need to definitely update the logo, make it modern, adhere to best practices so that it looks great on a billboard or down on a t-shirt. So these basic things that we get asked about all the time, we said, let's put this into a guide, share it with you guys, and let them, download it, and you can be the judge of your own logo. And if you say, hey, ours looks great, it meets all these, checks all these boxes, awesome. Move on to the next thing. And if you say, oh, nope, that doesn't look right, or that's not working, or like a website, I have no call to action. Okay, well then what's the point of your website? It's like basic things that we think your listeners can benefit from. And, at the end of the day, again, you check these boxes, move on to the next thing. But at least you can start somewhere to understand, what is the problem? Is what I have even right or wrong? What's it missing, if anything, and go from there. So all that said, we're going to do the podcast right. It's just another layer of more information out there, like I've said a few different times. So a few different topics. One of your questions was the importance of a Google business profile, how to set one up. It's a free tool. The importance of a website, obviously, how to determine if your logo is professional looking, the importance of Google reviews.
That was a good one.
What is SEO, kind of what we do here at Brandon Bull, like our holistic approach, we call it.
You're going off the cheat sheet, the whole description. I thought you meant I thought line item, just the 7 shows.
I do, that's it. Those are the 7. I have the topics right in front of me.
Yep. Adam wrote all the titles and descriptions, so hopefully they're good.
I had to communicate. Yeah, right. So, but these are the topics that we get asked about all the time. And it's like, hey, go listen to that 2, 3, 4, 5-minute episode, and you'll probably get 80% of your answers I figured out right then and there.
Those first 6, 7 shows, and we're going to batch out a few more today. They're just fun 2-minute value adds to you guys. Nobody's trying to pitch or sell anything here. If you go and download those guides or you listen to those, and then people always ask, hey, what do you guys do on rain days? Or what do you do in the off season? I'm like, there's no off season, bro. That's like such a misnomer. I'm working on websites, SEO, marketing tactics, dialing in all my postcards, reevaluating every single part of my company under fine-tooth comb. Is that the saying? And
I just remember Spaceballs. That's all I think about.
Comb the desert.
Guys find anything yet?
We ain't found shit. What a classic. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Anyway, listen, we're not going down there right now.
It's a must watch.
But listen, if you download those audit guides or the logo audit guide and you realize, okay, I've made a couple mistakes, I'm going to bootstrap this and fix it on my own time, my own accord. Dude, awesome. If you found that you made 1 or 2 sins, fix it. If you're like, okay, I'm 9 out of 10 striking out here on the audit guide, I do need to pick up the phone, invest a couple grand, have Adam and Lauren help me navigate this stuff, help me with my SEO. Okay, they're available for that too. Yep. So they're just trying to meet you with wherever you guys are at. Nobody's trying to give you a hard pitch here.
I think the funniest thing is it's kind of like, and I've learned this as we've grown the business and entered the world of entrepreneurship, is that I'm not trying to be an expert in every single field. I'm trying to be good at running a business and then tap people that are experts in their own respective, industry or service or whatever it might be. So like, for example, SEO, everybody asks us, hey, like, I think I know what SEO is, but I don't really know. Can you kind of explain it to me? Yeah, 100% happy to do so. But I'm not trying to, I shouldn't say me, if you're cutting lawns, you're growing a lawn care landscaping business, you're probably not trying to become an SEO expert. You don't know what it is. Well, here's an overview. Go listen to the 2 or 3 minute episode about what SEO is. And then if you need help, obviously let us know. We're here for you. But the point is, we're trying to just teach people some basic concepts as well. Right. So they have an idea. And if you've been in business for 6 days or 6 years, these are still going to be valuable insights that you can learn or glean some things from. And ultimately, that's where a professional partner comes in, so that you're not trying to become a lawyer, an accountant, a marketing expert. Like, you just have to have your pulse on these different functions within the business, depending on where you are and what your goals are. So that's what we're here for.
I was going to add, like, learn plant Latin names, learn when your quarterly taxes are due. Bookkeepers. Also, my employee came in high. What's my legal state law rules about letting that guy go?
There's so much that's ridiculous.
Dude, you know what I mean? So, like, guys, Tom Wheelwright, I reference him quite a bit. He's the CPA and for Robert Kiyosaki. He's been on our show a couple times. Big fish, very wealthy individual. He said the three most expensive words in the English language are "do it yourself." Yeah. Do it yourself. Yeah, DIY. Okay, cool. We're not grammar police here. Okay, do it yourself. So, like Adam said, if you need a partner for all this, hire Adam and Lauren. If you need a bookkeeper, hire your cycle CPA. If you need a XYZ partner, go with so-and-so. Like, build your team. And Adam and Lauren, they are on my team. They are on many of your guys' team, and hopefully many more of you guys in the future. They've got some great things coming down the pike. Maybe another podcast for another time, Adam, but great things coming down. They're making booth plans, investment into their presence at Equip Expo. You guys will be there in person at Launchpreneur Academy Live. Make sure you guys get your tickets at launchpreneuracademy.com/store for that. So you guys are everywhere. You're going to be everywhere. And I'm telling you guys, the folks that have experiences with you guys, they're all first class, and we're really excited about helping you guys with your web presence. So that's the value add today. Just some exciting announcements. An offensive marketing strategy I think is appropriate this time of year. It's a little mind tweak, a little shift in our approach. In the spring rush, you can't do enough work and can't be out front enough. But in the summer, that goes double down true because you have to be offensive. And I know some of you guys, I'm booked until 2025. Okay, cool, but you're probably an outlier and you're probably the exception, not the rule. For us personally, I am selling work right now. I'm not just, all the mulch jobs are coming in. I'm like, hey, your bushes look a little shaggy, a little ragged. You want us to clean those up? Yeah, no problem. It'd be $725. Okay, cool. We can have it on next week, Tuesday. Like, we're dialing for dollars, as I call it. And that's with my business, and I would imagine a lot of your guys' business. Like, let's have a strong Q3, Q4. Don't mail it in. Don't coast. Somebody said a long time ago, Adam, the only way to coast is downhill. So that's a big.
I like it.
Yeah, there you go. Anything else? Maybe I always do the good old where can people find you, but.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Thanks for being on.
Of course. I love being on and again, answering questions and having great conversations with people almost every single day through phone, Instagram. BrandonBull.com. Check us out on, social media. We're all on all the different channels, of course. Email us, shoot us a message, give us a call, whatever it is. We're happy to be here and be a partner. So again, I appreciate being on and looking forward to the launch of the podcast, the newsletter, being at Equip. Come say hi to us, hang out, snap a photo. We love just meeting people in person. We have these phone calls all the time, but love meeting people, seeing their faces and getting to know them a little bit more than just a phone call about their marketing plan.
Love it.
And then we'll be at LAL. So it's going to be a busy fall and we're looking forward to it.
And you have baby number 2 due?
Mid-September. So
oh boy.
Yep. We're still hunting for the house. So, it's going to be, a heck of a time.
You know why I did the podcast in the basement, right?
No, why?
Just so you can see where you guys can move into. What was your rent again? If I can cover half my mortgage, I'm holler at your boy. It comes with a working 4-wheeler, a barn, a workout gym.
Yeah, but you guys are working on number 3, right?
Yeah, but we have 3 rooms upstairs.
Whoa, we get it. Get it. Oh my! How many stories is this building? 4, 5, 6. Do you have an elevator in here?
We're spec for one later. That was $35,000 that I did not have. Shocker. I got to sell some
you better pick up the phone and dial for those.
I got to sell some more Cujo shoes or something, right?
Get the pruning going.
Yeah, right. If anybody wants to buy a whole ball of wax, holler at your boy. We'll put an elevator in here, right? Yeah, right. Last thing I'll say, for real time, the podcast just launched, if I'm not mistaken, because this should be dropping on a Wednesday. Brandon Bull is going to be on Tuesday, I think is the schedule we worked out with Mr. Producer. So it should launch with the main show, a couple pilot shows. Really excited about that. Go give it a listen after this show. And if you guys want, man, if you listen to it and you like it, leave it some ratings and reviews. Give it some 5 stars. Maybe leave a couple sentence. Hey, man, excited about this. And Adam's been great. Dude, say whatever you want to say, but if you guys can help pump it up a little bit, pad stats with us, and just help launch it successfully with us, we'd be ever so grateful. That would be awesome, and just another value add for the community to help you guys grow and win. So that's what we got. Adam, you good?
I'm good. Thank you.
All right, guys, let's butt it out. Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating review if you guys are enjoying the show and everything we're putting out here. We're doing our best to bring you guys the best that we got. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's a really good line. We're doing the best to give you guys the best that we got. I like that. Appreciate you guys listening in. We look forward to catching up with all you guys here on the next one.
Before you turn off the podcast, there are two things that we believe you will be highly interested in. First, if you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you'll want to subscribe to our free email newsletter. It shows up in your inbox 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. The second thing is we have just launched Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Now you can be a part of an exclusive community that links you to those who can help you grow in your lawn care business. Joining Lawntrepreneur Link will give you the tools that you need to stay accountable, get real-time expert advice, and find belonging in a community of folks who are passionate about the lawn care industry just like you. Visit LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com to learn how Link membership gives you unique access to monthly hangouts, bidding hour calls, coaching calls, expert lessons, and more. Stay ahead of the curve and level up your business with a membership to the Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Find an easy-to-use link in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.